Alright, so today we're taking a look at a case that the company actually listened to us. They listened to me, they listened to you guys, and they gave us a camera control button, which was my biggest issue about this case when I originally reviewed it. And today we are taking a look at the Aulumu A16 with camera control for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, I believe this was sent to me by one of my subscribers. I do get some products sent over to me from Aulumu to review, but this one was sent over to me from somebody. So if your name is Edmund, I'm not going to list any other details or anything. If your name is Edmund and you sent this over to me, please reach out to me in DMs or on email, comments, whatever, so I can properly thank you. But yes, this was actually sent over to me by a subscriber, so that's really cool. Now, all links to this are down in the description below, and I do have a discount code, which I'll leave right here. Use code Brian2411 to save yourself 10% off of your total purchase at Aulumu. So, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Now, I'm not going to do a full review on this. I already have done that. If you guys want to see that, I'll leave that at the end of this video. But very similar packaging to the previous version. Nothing really here is different. So, let's go ahead and take it out of the package. And that's all we get. So let's just set this off to the side. Now, here we have the Aulumu A16. Now, this is going to be the translucent white, and it's also going to come in a translucent gray that I will show you guys. Now, I forgot to mention the price on this, which is $35.98, but of course, I do have the 10%, so you can save yourself a little bit more money. But let's just see how this looks compared to the original ones that were sent to me. So I do have these two still. They were both sent to me from Aulumu, and both of these are going to have your camera control cutout on them. Well, the new one is going to have a camera control button. So this is what we are looking like on the inside of that button. Now, I couldn't find on Alumu's website exactly what this was made out of, but it is a very nice button, and we will look at that in a second. So let's just bring over our scale real quick, and we'll see if there's any differences in the weight of this thing compared to the other two. So starting off with the translucent white with the cutout, we're looking at 41 grams. I assume the black one should be right around the same weight. 42 grams, okay, 1 gram more, whatever. And then the one with camera control, we're looking at 44 grams. So it's gonna add 2 to 3 grams of weight for the camera control button, but that's totally worth it because the case is finally complete. Now you don't get this big, huge cutout right there anymore. You get a very nice, proper looking camera control button. So let's stop yapping. Let's go ahead and set all this off to the side and bring over our natural titanium 16 Pro Max. We'll put it in here. Listen out for that click. Now, like I said, I've already reviewed this so you guys can see all the testing there. But solid click on there, of course. This thing is going to fit really, really well onto the case. Not going to go through all that, but everything is just fine here. Let's just go ahead and wipe this down real quick. Things looking a little rough here, but that's what we're looking like. Now, another issue that I had with the previous versions of this case is with the cutout are that some of the buttons weren't really too clicky, and that was a big issue I had. Well, this one, let's actually listen to the buttons and see how they sound. All the buttons work really well. So those are all of your volume, action, and power buttons right there. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at that camera control button. So the rest of the case is going to be the exact same thing, so there's really not much else to go on and talk about. But going ahead and click that button right there, and here we go. This is going to be a really nice button right here on this case. I am very impressed. Aulumu actually listened to us. They came out with a good button, no hiccups, everything is just fine. Let's go ahead and take our usual picture right there, make sure everything is good with that. And there we have it. So this button is going to work really well. I love that it's color matched to the rest of the buttons, and it is actually very easy to click. Now, Aulumu, if you guys are listening, I'd like to see the button a little bit more difficult to click, actually. That's not something you usually hear a case reviewer say, is I want buttons a little more difficult to click. But this button just clicks a little bit too easy. I have had a couple of accidental clicks, but that's no big deal. It's not going to really do anything crazy. It just opens your camera app. But when you want it to, that thing is going to open up. It's going to work every single time. Let's make sure our camera loads there. It's going to work every single time, and it's going to work really, really well. As you guys can see, I'm just going to go ahead and zoom in right there, and you see every time I slide my phone, my finger I mean on there, everything works just fine. And then just one other test that I like to do here is I like to sit here and just kind of flick it around and make sure that, you know, it has some good responsiveness to it. And this one definitely does. So I'm putting very light pressure on that button completely, and it's moving with no issues. So all in all, everything is really nice with that button. This is kind of what it's going to look like right here from the side when it is on your phone. So now after it's been updated and all that, I know you guys can definitely go watch my old review, my review on for the A16 for the 16 Pro Max, so it's not really that old, but back then I really didn't recommend the case, especially because of that big cutout. Now, do I have any issues with this case and how do I feel about it? The only thing is I would like to see it be a little bit more grippy. I do like that they have the divots right here. That was on the original version as well, but I would just like to have it a little bit more grippy. But I haven't had really any issues, especially now that it's complete. When you're holding it, everything is fine, no dropping with it. And I've been enjoying it. The MagSafe is going to be good, like you guys can see in the previous video. The buttons now are fixed, so that was one of my biggest issues. And of course, now we have the camera control, and it looks pretty good on the case. So let me know what you guys think about the updated A16 for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I've been using this the last few days, and I'm actually kind of liking it. So I can definitely recommend it to you guys, especially for the discounted price. But yeah, let me know what you think. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. That goes a very long way for me and allows me to consistently make these videos for you. And if you guys want to see my original review of the Aulumu A16, I'll leave that video right there. And if you want to see another great frosted case that's not going to have the camera control button, but it checks every other box, I'll leave that video right there.